In this part of the lesson, we'll look at how we can improve the appearance of a message box by changing which icon gets displayed on it. We don't need any particular files for this example, so let's start by opening up Excel and then creating a blank workbook. We can then head into the Visual Basic Editor, insert a module, and then create a new subroutine called Changing the Icon. Now I'd like to display a message which provides the user with some kind of warning, so let's start by calling the message box function, and then let's pass some string of text into the prompt parameter. Let's just say generically, you have been warned. Now I appreciate that's not a particularly clear warning, it's not exactly clear what we're being warned about, but that's not really the point of this exercise. What I'd like to do next is run the subroutine just to see what the message looks like, and hopefully, as you'd expect, it's a fairly plain looking standard message box, not very intimidating looking. I've been warned, well yeah, so what, I can just click OK anyway. What would really improve the appearance of this message is displaying some kind of symbol next to the message itself. So what I'm going to do is return to the line of code we've used to generate the message box and then type in a comma after the prompt. This immediately moves me onto the buttons parameter of the message box function. This is a little bit of a misleading name. Buttons does allow you to control which buttons are displayed on the message, but it also allows you to control which icon gets displayed. What I'm going to do is pick one of the 4 icons available, which is called VB exclamation. So I can select that from the IntelliSense or just type it in. And then if I run the subroutine again, I'll find this time my message looks suddenly a lot more official looking with this yellow warning triangle. There are 3 other types of symbol you can display on a message box. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. Let's go for another message box. Something a little more serious than a warning or an exclamation. Let's indicate to the user that something went wrong and that it's clearly a serious problem by displaying the VB critical symbol. We could then also display another message box, something a little less intimidating. Maybe this one's just FYI, just for your information. And there's a symbol called VB information. Finally, we can also display a question symbol. So if we're asking a question, something like, I don't know, simply, are you sure? And then we can display a VB question symbol on the message box. If I run this subroutine now, we'll just quickly flick through the 4 different ones. We've already seen the exclamation symbol for warning style messages. The critical symbol is this red circle with a cross through it when something is seriously wrong. The information symbol is very much when it is just some information that you're displaying on the message. And then finally, the question mark symbol when you're asking questions. I appreciate that this isn't particularly helpful yet, as we've only displayed OK buttons. We haven't provided the user with a choice yet, but we will get onto how to do that in a later lesson in this module. For now, I'm just going to click OK, and at that point my subroutine ends. As one final suggestion to improve the code you've written, when you start passing multiple values to a function or any other procedure, you may consider splitting it onto multiple lines and also naming the parameters that you're passing your values to. This is something we talked about in the previous module on using parameters. Let's start by adding a space and an underscore after the message box function for the first message, and then we can take the rest of the code down to the next line. I'll then indent the code 1 space, and I can name the parameter or name the value that I'm passing to the prompt parameter by saying prompt : equals. I can then continue doing this for each of the individual values that I'm passing to any parameters. Space underscore at the end of the line, take the next bit of information down to the next line, and then name the next parameter. So this one is called buttons. So buttons : equals, and I'll stick with the VB exclamation symbol. This makes absolutely no difference to the end user when the code runs. It does exactly the same as it did before. But as a developer, it can be helpful to have your code laid out in a slightly more useful way, more readable way, with named parameters so that you know exactly which values you're passing to which parameters.